Hi Scorpio, welcome to January 2022. We've got a little bit of a different view. So it's really sunny out. So there, yeah. So you're not gonna be able to see anything if I keep the curtains open. But it's a really nice sunny day. Um, so if this is your first time here at Secret Garden Tarot, welcome. Everybody is always welcome. Cross watchers, new watchers, returning watchers. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. This King of Cups just wants to be popping out. So that may be your energy, Scorpio. You are a water sign after all, and we'll see if he makes a reemergence. So we'll go forward. Full disclosure, I am filming at the very tail end of November. So this is energy that may be just starting to come into your sphere and uh, may be hanging around for the next 5 to 6 weeks. So let's see what January 2022 may look like for the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant sign of Scorpio. I'm going to shuffle one more time. And let's get started. Center of the spread. Just for the people who want to know, this is the Morgan Greer tin deck. This is the small guy. And since it is the beginning of a new year, I'm going to be using the Angel Answers cards by Doreen Virtue. So if you have just a real quick yes or no question or want some advisement, just a little theme for what 2022 may look like, or just some good old-fashioned advice, we'll see how that kind of plays out for you. Just some good old wisdom. So we'll get 2 clarifiers from the top, 2 clarifiers from the bottom, and we'll see what January 2022 will look like for you guys, Scorpio. Center of the spread, the here and the now, we have, okay, a 6 and a 7, the 6 of Wands, the victory card, riding high, accolation. This is public acknowledgement, public just praise. He is obviously still in his armor. He's got his helmet on, but that is ceremonial armor. So that is not the beaten up, been through the battle armor. This is special fancy dress, as it were. So he has his epaulets. He is carrying his wreath of victory. So this is success in the public eye. But it is also crossed with that 7 of Swords energy. So that kind of more sneaky, ill-gotten gains energy. So that might just be something to be mindful of. Is it worth having the public praise if you're doing things you're not so proud of? Base of the reading, we have the 6 of Cups. This is nostalgia. Perhaps maybe a little bit of gilding the lily, a little bit overly gilding the lily. This is these humble beginnings. This is the past. This is those simpler times. So if I'm reading this, it's humble beginnings rising to the top. Maybe done a few shady dealings, but this is a reminder that that's not always who you were. What's in the immediate past? 2 of Cups. A lot of cups so far. And this is that perfect pair. Blessed partnerships. Really, it's the minor arcana lovers card, which is that Gemini energy. And it's interesting that you got the 2 minor arcanas because that Six of Wands is actually the minor arcana chariot card, which is that Cancerian energy, one of your brothers and sisters that are also in that water sphere. Also, right, so we've got the minor arcana. Let's see if we get any major arcana. Nothing so far, but we do have the Five of Discs, Five of Pentacles, crowning the spread. So this is needing a little help from your friends. This is using all of your resources. They're all too caught up in what's going on between the two of these characters to look up and realize that salvation is literally behind them. They just need to look up and use that underutilized resource. So help from the community, really kind of looking past your own nose. There's a great Bruce Lee quote that says, if you're pointing at the stars and all you focus on is the finger, you miss all the heavenly glory. It's a really great quote from Bruce Lee. Smart man, Bruce Lee. Immediate future. Six of Discs, Six of Pentacles. Another minor arcana version of a major arcana card. This is the card, the minor arcana version of the Justice card. You'll notice the iconography is very, very similar. It has the scales. He does not appear to be really watching where he is putting his energy. He's just doling out cash because he can feel that the scales are uneven. So there's an argument of whether or not this character is actually blind. But it is, that does have that iconography of the Justice card. So karma, comeuppance, giving and taking. So that's something to keep in mind, especially if you're coming out of this kind of energy, just to kind of move forward. That's the center of the spread, but not necessarily in the immediate future. Let's see the energetic environment. We've got our first real true major arcana. We have the Empress. I like to think of her as Mother Nature herself. And she looks ever so slightly pregnant, if you can kind of focus. She is abundance. She represents fruitfulness. She represents a sense of the natural order of things. And let's see what your take on that is. Four of Cups. This is a card of don't look the gift horse in the mouth, Scorpio. This is a surprise. He has tasted all three of these cups. I like to think of this as the Ace of Cups as well. This kind of surprise from the universe. The illustration is often very, very similar, where it's just a smaller version. Let me show you if I can find the Ace of Cups here really quickly. And I'll show you the similarities. So this is the Ace of Cups. This is the card that you got. So you can kind of see it's even coming from the same direction. There's the clouds behind it. So it is that surprise start from the universe. It is a gift. It is also a tip to be mindful that, sometimes you do get kind of knocked on your butt. You've tried all of these, and you might look at that and go, oh, it's the same. It's exactly more of the same. But you'll notice it's a slightly different cup. It's slightly smaller. And he can't quite see what's in it. He can look down and kind of glance at what is in these cups, but he can't quite see. He sees the cup itself, but not necessarily what's in it. So a bit of an element of surprise. Your hopes and fears, Ace of Swords. Clear communication. So you're hoping for clarity. You're hoping for conciseness to kind of cut away the BS. And that's how I like to think of all of the swords, is this clear, concise, just cutting away of the clouded thinking, the negative thinking, the kind of through that murky BS. So hopefully that's a hope. Let's see what the overall outcome is. The Devil, another major arcana. It is interesting that this is the reading for January because that is right in the heart of Capricorn season. However, there is the downside to this. This is, while the Devil is a lot of fun, can also be self-limiting. This Devil can represent addiction, more kind of more destructive behaviors. So that might be something to be mindful of, especially since we start into the new year, is to just be a little kinder to yourself. You know, that you don't need all of those vices. So let's get your clarifiers. And I don't actually look at these. You know, there's that party time energy coming off of the holidays into a brand new year, a brand new time of self-reflection, to maintain those friendships, especially this year, coming out of what we've all been through, the global pandemic. You know, to keep those relationships. If those are people that you really, really missed, that you connected with over the holiday season, keep them in mind. They'll keep you on the right track. And that's more of this energy. You know, the help is around. You just need to look for it. And we'll go with this one next. The Four of Discs is stability. The fours always represent stability, but it can be a little going in the opposite direction, a little miserly, a little bit of an overcorrection. So if you were perhaps celebrating a bit too much, partying a little bit too much, not that you shouldn't be seeing your friends, but you know, don't overcorrect. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, see, another one of those. This is the Five of Cups, the Five of Chalices. Again, that kind of energy of don't be looking the gift horse in the mouth. There are these. There's an argument for this card too. This is the Don't Cry Over Spilt Milk card, because all they need to do is look around and they can regain that perfect pair. They'll see that there's the pair, which brings us back to this energy. So there might be this area of cyclic energy, and even in the card here, we do have this cyclic window, the circle window. It's a new year. The cycle has begun anew. Just learn from your mistakes. And there's that Knight. There's that Ace of Cups that we all enjoy looking at. It's the Knight of Cups. So newness, new cycles. Again, this is January, so new cycles about to begin. Forging new alliances, building new friendships. Maybe some old friendships have been renewed. So what I like about this card, and that image of the perfect pair, of the perfect opportunity, has repeated itself. What I like about this one is they're looking in both directions. So front and backwards. He's looking to the left, she's looking to the right, and or vice versa, depending on how you're viewing this. It might be reversed in my viewer, but they're watching each other's backs. They have each other's backs. So that's the purpose of the perfect pair, is looking out for each other's interests, his interests or her interests, and vice versa. So that's what you might be looking for in that's that new opportunity. Let's get your Angel Answers card, Scorpio. So if you have just a real quick question, or you're just looking for some advice, well, these two cards wanted to come out. We have compromise. And wasn't that just what we were talking about? Watching each other's back, watching each other's best interests. So compromise. And then look for a sign. If you're inclined to do that, or if you have a question I wish I had an answer to, look for a sign. Ask your divine interventionalists, do you have a sign for me so that I don't fall back into these bad behaviors that I'm not super proud of? How can I have this abundance and this clarity and this peace and this sense of karma? How can I build back? Uh, how can I build back that karmic? Uh, what's the best way to put that? Savings. Not that you can really, all you can do is balance your karma. You can't really accrue good karma. You could just pay back some of that stinky karma. So if you have a question, look for a sign, ask your angels. I will see you next month, Scorpio. Have a wonderful holiday season. Bye, family.